Okay, greetings. Hello, yogis. If you're watching this after it streamed live, go ahead and just skip ahead a few minutes. I'm just getting the stream going here. If we don't know each other, my name's Anna MC. This is going to be a chill yoga practice for you. I threw a playlist up on my Instagram account with a link to my Spotify. So if you are interested in some chill jams for tonight's flow, go to my Instagram story. You can find me at the.anna.mc and go ahead and get that queued up. Like I said, we still have quite a few minutes before we get going, so just settle in, start to get comfortable. Let's see. All right. Good evening, yogis, friends, or greetings if you're watching this later. We're going to get started in just a couple minutes. If we don't know each other, my name is Anna MC. I'm going to be guiding you through a chill yoga practice tonight. It's going to be extra chill because I'm dealing with a little bit of low back pain right now, so I need to be gentle on my own body. So yeah, it's gonna be nice and chill, get you ready for bed. If you want some tunes for practice, go ahead and check out my Instagram story. I posted a playlist there for you. You can find me on IG at the.anna.mc. So go ahead and get that queued up if that's something you're interested in. As always, please remember, if you are able to hit that donate to our teacher little button there on blackswanyoga.com/live. All those funds go directly to us teachers. So that is appreciated if you're able. Yeah, that's all I really got for you. We're going to start to settle in. We will begin practice tonight on our backs. So you got a minute or so. You start to get cozy. Grab some water. Let's see where we're at. Okay. Yeah, it's about time. So, all right, friends, we are going to start on our backs tonight in Supta, Baddha Konasana. What's that? On the back, soles of the feet together, knees wide like a butterfly. If this pose feels inaccessible for you, feel free to start in Shavasana, which is just sprawled out on your back, or a fallen bridge, which is on your back with your feet planted and your knees knocking in together. So that's an alternative as well. Feet together, knees dropping wide. You can take your arms above your head if you want a little bit of open shoulder action. I'm going to ground my palms onto my hip creases today to bring a little bit of connection to myself, to my body, and to start focusing my breath into that low belly area. Close your eyes. Get those little wiggles out. And allow yourself to come to stillness. No movement. Begin to drop into the rhythm of your breath. Without changing it yet, without manipulating it, simply notice. How is your breath right now? Is it smooth, steady, and even? Or is it short and shallow? Notice the spaces that your breath fills. Is it already reaching the low belly? Is it barely filling the top of your chest? How does that affect your body? Can you feel the physical rise and fall here? Now continue to drop in. Take a little scan head to toe. Start by feeling all the different points where your body makes contact with the mat. And from there, check in for any tension or areas of discomfort. Should you locate them, just make a little effort. Ask yourself, is this sensation familiar or new? Is this tension something that's within my control? Can I make a conscious effort to release the space between my eyebrows? To unclench my jaw? To relax my neck? Shoulders? Thighs? Now slowly and steadily begin to deepen your breath. Each inhale longer than the last. Exhales equal to inhales. Try sending breath down to the low belly first. Then fill the rib cage, the chest. With each exhale, can you allow your body to sink heavier to your mat? Next inhale, slow and steady. Biggest breath you've taken today. Take your time to fill up. Big open mouth release. 2 more like that. Fill up. Soft, slow sigh out. Last one, I want you to hold that breath at the top. Fill the belly, the ribs, the chest. Pause. Are you full or do you have some space left? Could you sip in a little more air? And open mouth, exhale. Keep exhaling until you're totally empty. Use your belly to press out any stale air. Good. Now throughout practice, just make an effort to keep your breath slow and steady. Try to keep the exhales equal to the inhales. And concentrate on the spaces that your breath fills. Good. Now friends, before we get moving, maybe you take this moment here with yourself on your mat to set an intention for practice. And this can be anything. This can be purely physical. It can be emotional or spiritual. Tonight I will be working with the intention of being gentle with myself. Giving myself permission to take a step back and to allow my body to be where it is in this sort of altered state. By altered state, I mean the pain I referenced earlier. That's all I mean. Got a little tweak in my back and it's something I've got to work with tonight. So I've got to know to be gentle. If you choose to set an intention, just invite that thing in now. Plant it in your mind's eye. And return to it as you move. Deep breath in. Big breath out. Good. Take your hands down to your sides. Use them to gently guide your knees closed like a book. Take the knees into the chest. Give a little squeeze. Maybe an easy rock left and right if that's calling to you. Maybe you make some circles with the hips or knees. Now we're going to keep that right knee drawn in. Extend your left leg long. Allow that heel to land. Take your left hand, grip for the outside of your right shin or knee, and start to draw that right knee towards your left armpit, or shoulder rather, and then allow it to drop over for a supine twist. The right shoulder stays grounded. Shift your gaze to look over that right shoulder as you focus your breath to your low belly, and more importantly, the lowest part of your back. Sometimes it's easy to focus our breath into the front side of our body, but as much as we can do that, we can also focus it to the back side. Allowing the knee to drop deeper on the exhales. Stay here for a full breath cycle. Good. Next inhale. Carefully come through center. Take both knees in. Give a little squeeze. Maybe a little rock left and right. And then we'll extend that right leg long, hugging the left knee into the chest. And we'll draw the left knee toward the right shoulder. And down and across. Allow the left shoulder to stay grounded. Perhaps you turn to look over that left shoulder to invite this twist into your neck. Then focus your breath to your low belly and low back. Full breath cycle. Next, inhale to carefully come through center. Both knees in, give a little squeeze. And let's take a nice big good morning stretch. Extend your legs and arms overhead. Pull fingers and toes away from each other. Maybe the small of your back starts to lift off the ground. And start to punch that right heel a little further than the left. And then reach your right fingertips over to the left just a little bit, lengthening the stretch along the right side. And then switch that. We punch that left heel further than the right. We reach the left fingers over toward the right. Do that a couple more times. Just kind of extending on one side and then the other. Good. Now from here, start to draw your heels in towards your butt, planting them, start planting the soles of your feet down, about hip distance apart. Arms come down to your sides, palms face the floor. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath your body. Now as we come into our bridge pose, we want to think about how we get there, right? So we start by pressing the tailbone into the ground. By that I mean we engage our low belly and create a little pelvic tilt here. And then we use our abs and our glutes to drive the hips toward the ceiling. The weight shifts onto the shoulders. Try to keep a neutral neck by looking directly above you. Or again, your eyes can remain closed. Stay grounded through all three corners of your feet. Focus your breath to the front side of your body. Good, hold for an inhale. Now vertebrae by vertebrae, begin to lower back down. Now we want the tailbone to be the last thing to ground. So we're inviting that pelvic tilt back in as we lower down. Take a breath in and a breath out. Let's do that again. Engage the low belly. Tuck the pelvis as you tilt it up. Pressing thighs and hips toward the ceiling. Weight shifts onto the shoulders. Maybe you invite a bind in if your shoulders are inherently open enough, but no need to kind of fight for that, right? It's really early on. We haven't really warmed our shoulders up yet. Hold for an inhale. And slowly lower back down. Tailbone regrounds. One breath in. One breath out. Third time's the charm. Draw the belly in. Press the tailbone down. Inhale to lift up. Hold for the inhale. Slowly exhale, lower, back, down. Good. Now let's keep that left heel grounded. Take the right ankle bone to the top of the left thigh. Open your right knee away from your body. And you can hold right here, flexing that right foot. This could already be really intense. If you're craving a deeper stretch, try floating your left foot, threading the needle. So we're reaching between in that little gap to grab the back of the left thigh and give a gentle pull of your left thigh toward the body. Make sure both feet are flexed. Keep actively opening your knee away from you. to slowly release. Unwind. Plant the right foot down. Second side, left ankle to the top of the thigh. Open your knee away from your body. Flex your foot. This might already be super spicy, so you can stay right here. Or you can start to float that right foot. Thread the needle. Give a gentle pull. Again, both feet flex. The left knee opens up away from you. How's your breath? Are you tensing up your face? Do you need to? Could you instead calm down those muscles? Stay here, full breath cycle. And slowly release down. Let's take another good morning stretch. Extend your arms and legs long. Fingers and toes pull away from each other. Good. Now you can either draw your knees into your chest and rock and roll forward and backward a few times until you come to a seat, or you can just roll onto your side and take your time to gently press yourself up. Let's do Baddha Konasana first. Let's meet soles of the feet together, knees wide. So just however you need to get there. Good. So only draw your feet as far into your body as feels comfortable. Both sit bones down. Start tall and proud. Take a big inhale. And on the exhale, begin to hinge forward. If you want a little bit of assistance going deeper into this, interlace your fingers, hook them around your toes, and press elbows into or around your shins and calves. I'm going to go for a more passive stretch this evening, only allowing my body to go as far as it can without any added pressure. Again, finding that more gentle approach as I work with an irritated low back. Concentrate the breath all the way down into the pelvis. And notice if on the exhales you're able to release. Easing in. Stay here, full breath cycle. Good. Inhale to slowly start to press back up. Let's come into a little crisscross applesauce situation. Palms face down on the thighs. On an inhale, let's find just one round of seated cat-cow. Inhale to draw your elbows back. Pull your heart through as you look up. On the exhale, pull your navel in as you hollow and round, chin to chest. Good. Come back through center. Inhale to take both arms up, plug the shoulders down. On the exhale, plant your left hand outside your hip and start to tip over to the left. Roll the right shoulder into the socket. Allow the right sit bone to stay grounded and focus breath into the right side of your body. Full breath. Good. On the inhale, come up. Take your left hand outside your right thigh, right hand behind you. Press hand and leg into each other. Look over your right shoulder for a seated twist. Take an inhale and exhale to release. Next inhale, both arms come up. On the exhale, the right hand comes down, tip over to the right. Roll the left shoulder into the socket. Focus your breath into the left side of your body. And then find a comfortable gaze. Maybe it's up, forward, or down. See what works best for you today. Full breath. Good. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, right hand outside the left thigh. Press and twist, looking over that left shoulder. On your next exhale, release that twist. Take a seated cat-cow. Inhale, elbows back, heart forward. Exhale, round. Inhale to come to neutral. All right, I want you to find crisscross applesauce with that right ankle in front. So our legs are not stacked, they are staggered. Both sit bones are down on the ground. Find a nice tall spine, take a big inhale. On the exhale, begin to fold forward, taking your hands in front of you. Just pause when you feel that stretch begin. It might be right here. You might not feel it until your forearms are on the ground, so just listen to where you are. Low belly breaths. On the exhales, maybe you go a little further. You unclench your jaw here. Good. Now from here, I'm just going to press into our hands to slightly lift the chest. Start to walk your hands over toward the left, allowing the torso to fold back down. Maybe it's resting on that left thigh. So we're still breathing to the low belly, but now I want you to try to send some breath into the outside of that right hip as well. So think of like the back, the low back on the right side. Notice if that maybe intensified the stretch for you. Good. Next inhale, press into your hands, lift your chest. We'll just go hand over hand until we come to frame our right leg. Folding down, try to keep the left sit bone grounded. What did this do? How did it change it? Next inhale, press into the hands, lift the chest, come through center. Take one breath in, one breath out. Use your hands to walk yourself back up. Palms face down on the left, seated cat-cow. Inhale, heart forward, elbows back. Exhale, round. Inhale, come through center. Let's switch our seat. So now we've got the left ankle in front, crisscross applesauce, same thing. Sit bones down, tall and proud, big inhale. Exhale, begin to fold, pausing where you first feel it begin. Maybe it's different on this side. Breathing down to the low belly, release the neck, release the jaw, hang out here. Full breath. And press into your hands, lift your chest. On the exhale, walk your hands over to frame your right knee, allowing the torso to fold. Maybe it rests on the thigh. Now as we breathe deep, can you concentrate some breath into the left hip? Do you feel this side more or less intensely than the other? Don't judge it, just notice it. Full breath cycle. Good. Use your hands to lift your chest. Go hand over hand. And then fold over the left side. Try to keep the right sit bone down. breath. Use your hands to lift the heart, come through center. Take one breath in. Take one breath out. Good. Use your hands to press back up. Take one seated cat-cow. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, round. And inhale to come to neutral. Let's come to a tabletop position. Find wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Find that slight upward engagement of the low belly to create a supported and flat spine. Spread wide through your fingers. Soften slightly through the elbows. And let's drop into some standard cat-cows. Inhale, navel drops, gaze and tailbone lift as you look up. The exhale, draw the navel in as you curl the pelvis, round up the spine, press the ground away, chin tucks to chest. Slowly, elbows soften, belly drops, inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Do this a few more times. Find really long, really full breaths. Good. Come back to neutral here. Keeping that same sort of cat-cow motion in mind, we're going to start to make some circles. So start by dropping into that cow, right? And then we're going to tilt everything over to the left, up, down as we hollow into cat, right? So we're going over to the left, lifting up to find our cow, spine over to the right. As we come back through center, we're hollowing out into cat. Inhaling to rotate and drop. Exhaling to wrap. God, and then we just change directions. Hollowing out as you press away and come through center. Inhaling to arch up. Beautiful. And then come back to neutral here. Let's find a little press forward and backward. Inhaling to pull forward. Exhaling to shift back. Good. Now come back to that neutral tabletop. Let's just shift the shoulders over to the left and then over to the right. Over to the left, over to the right. Do this a few times, just getting into the shoulders a little bit. Good. And then come back to neutral here. Let's turn the fingers away from each other now. So I've got my left fingers pointing to the left edge of my mat, right fingers to the right. Find that little shift forward and backward again. Ooh, both my wrists just popped. And then find that little shift to the left and right. Maybe you try bending the elbows here. Maybe you try a cat-cow here. Good. Now let's turn the fingers in to face toward each other. Like a bulldog, kind of. Forward and backward, see what the range of motion is. Side to side. What's it like if you try a cat-cow here? What's it like if you bend the elbows? Good. Now let's turn the fingers back toward the body. We're still on our palms though. We've got the fingers pointing toward the thighs. Little shift forward and backward. It's really easy to neglect our wrists and our forearms, but they take a lot of our weight in our yoga practice. So it's a nice way to just give them a little bit of love back. Side to side. Cat-cow. Good. place the backs of our hands on the mat. So our fingers are facing the thighs, but the palms are facing up toward the ceiling. See what that little rock forward and backward is like. Side to side. Maybe wiggle the fingers. Good. And then let's come back to neutral. Take a cat-cow, inhale, drop. Exhale, round. Good, come to neutral. Step your right foot to the back of your mat, landing into the ball of your foot. Good, press your heel actively toward whatever's behind you. Ooh, nice spicy calf stretch. And then maybe it's a shift forward and backward. Maybe just hold that stretch. But feel free to play with that little rock if it feels good. And then bring that right knee back. Step the left foot back, pressing the heel away from you. Notice if it's different. And again, you can find a little shift forward and backward. Good. Come back to neutral. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. One cat-cow. Come to neutral. Tuck your toes. We're just going to take one down dog today. So tuck your toes, send the hips up and back. Just see how that down dog feels today. So our hands are shoulder distance. We're spreading the fingers. The navel's drawing up. Take a few beats here. Straighten one leg, bend the other. Switch that. Do you feel that more on one side than the other? Don't judge it, just notice it, be with it, and see if you can send a little bit of compassion to that side that's a little bit different, right? Your body's doing its best. No need to be mean to it. Good, just a couple more breaths in this down dog. Do what you need to do. Good, then from here, let's roll forward to a child's pose. Knees can be as wide or as narrow as you need to. Find what feels best for your body. Big toes are touching. Torso rests on or between the thighs. Find a comfortable extension of your arms. And close your eyes here. Concentrate the breath all the way down to the low belly and low back. Can you expand that area with the inhales? Maybe come back to that intention you set. Keep breathing here. So, child's pose, we think of it as a resting shape, right? Which it is, but it's also a really great way to give the muscles in your low back time and a place to start to release. So if, like myself, you're suffering with any low back issues, holding a passive child's pose for a few minutes and focusing on that breath to the low back can really help those muscles out. So if you're like, I'm so bored in child's pose, just sit with the breath and know that we're doing it for a reason, right? Stay here for a full breath cycle. Good. On an inhale, let's pull ourselves forward. Coming to that tabletop. So we're just going to set up for a half pigeon from a tabletop. By that, I'm just going to find a quick plank, and then I'm going to step my right foot through. So foot, my right knee's behind my right wrist, my right ankle's behind my left wrist. I'm gonna look over my left shoulder, make sure my ankle, knee, and hip are in a straight line. Then I'm gonna make an effort to square both hip points forward, right? Flexing my right foot, start tall and proud. Now, if this isn't accessible for you tonight, take a second round of that reclined figure four that we did earlier. That's a great alternative to this stretch. Puff the chest, big breath in. And on the exhale, start to fold forward. Breathing into the pelvis. Notice if you're dumping all that weight into that right sit bone, can you roll it slightly forward? We're going to be here for a little while, so get comfortable. Sit with your breath. And notice what comes up here. Three big breaths. On the inhale, slowly begin to walk your hands back up. Stay with me here. Look over towards your left. Start to walk your hands to your left as you turn your heart to face that way, and then drop the left sit bone to the mat. So we came from our half pigeon to seated. The left leg is extended long, the right sole of the foot is inside the left thigh. Get that right sit bone down on the ground. And take an inhale here, arms go up. Turn your torso to face your left foot, and on the exhale, reach for the foot. If you can't quite reach it, much like myself today, just bend that left knee until you can. Good, hold here. Start to walk your left hand to the inside of your left foot, turning that thumb to face toward the ground, gripping the ball of your left foot with your left hand. Press foot and hand into each other to roll that left rib cage open and reach your right arm overhead. Breathing into the right side body. Good. Inhale, come up. Let's just take a very quick twist. Left hand outside the right thigh. Press hand and leg into each other. Look over the right shoulder. And then let that go. So now we're just coming into pigeon on our left side. I'm going to start to bend into my left knee, turning onto my right shin, right? And then setting up, right? Take your time. It might be, counterintuitive since we normally don't come to it from here. Make sure that that ankle, knee, and hip are in a straight line. Hip points are squaring forward, tall and proud, puff the chest. And then exhale to begin to fold. Just allow some space for this to be different. Come into that reclined figure four if that's where you're at tonight. Again, how can we be gentle with ourselves, right? Can we just remind ourselves that every day is going to be different, right? So give yourself permission for it to be different. Remember that yoga is a practice of nonviolence and non-attachment. So whenever you find yourself maybe feeling frustrated that perhaps you feel you've lost progress, come back to that idea, those yogic principles, right? Non-attachment and non-violence. If we're inflicting violence upon our own body in our yoga practice, what's the point? Just be where you're at. It's okay. And when all else fails, come back to the breath. Unclench your jaw. Soften your face. And take 3 really solid breaths. On your next inhale, slowly begin to press yourself back up. Start to turn towards your right as you drop that right sit bone down. Right leg extends long, got a little head rush there. Toes flex up, left foot inside the right thigh. Sit bones down, arms up, inhale. On the exhale, turn to face your foot and reach for the foot. Again, if you're feeling a little bit tight today, can't quite reach, just give your knee a little bit of a bend. Good. Hold here, but walk that right hand inside the ball of the right foot, the thumb facing the floor. Press hand and foot into each other, roll that rib cage open, then reach your left arm overhead. Inhale, come up. On the exhale, take a little twist. Hand presses into leg. Look over that left shoulder. And release. Let's take a second round of Baddha Konasana tonight. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Only drawing the feet as far into the body as feels comfortable. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, begin to fold forward. We'll hold here for a few breaths. Notice if this feels any different the second time around. breath cycle. Good. The inhale, slowly begin to walk your hands up. Guide your knees together. Give a little squeeze. From here, let's extend the legs long in front. Find your sit bones on the mat. We're going to reach for the toes. I'm going to go ahead and bend my knees today because I know that I'm not going to be able to reach my toes today. Arms go up on the inhale, draw out of the ribs. And on the exhale, reach for the toes. Again, bend your knees as much as you need to allow this to be gentle, okay? Keep breathing here. Can you focus the breath back to the back? To the low back, back to back, low back. Full breath here. On the inhale, slowly roll up. And on the exhale, come to lay down on your back. Draw the knees into the chest. Grab around the shins, give a little squeeze. Maybe take a little rock left and right. Let's take a happy baby before we close out. Grip for the soles of your feet. Feet flex to hands as you draw your knees to your armpit. You can find a little rock side to side. You can play with straightening your legs out, pulling your toes overhead. I'm going to choose to press the small of my back down into the mat and find a static happy baby today. But that's not going to keep me from fluttering my lips out. Just give yourself a permission to be a little silly. To release the tension in the face. And then from your happy baby, take your feet together. Take your knees together. Take your arms around your shins and pull your forehead in to meet your knees. Give yourself a big hug. Show yourself some gratitude for showing up for you tonight. Take your biggest inhale of your day. And then exhale to Shavasana, final resting pose. Arms and legs go long. Toes go wide. Eyelids close. If you prefer to rest in the second round of Baddha Konasana, that's always fine. Yogis, try to stay with me for a few breaths here. I won't keep you here too long, but this is a vital part of practice. So please allow yourself time to rest. Sink in. Return to your natural breath. Let your body grow heavier on the exhales. yogis, I want to encourage you to rest as long as you need it. Shavasana can and probably should last upwards of 5 minutes. So please take your time. If you're ready to seal practice out, start to invite some little wiggles into your fingers and toes. Let those expand into circles of the wrists and ankles. And then let's take a good morning stretch one more time. Arms reach overhead. Fingers and toes pull away from each other. Maybe you let one heel press further, taking that little pedal out. Take your time. On an exhale, slowly roll onto your right side. Keep your eyes closed if possible. Carefully on an inhale, start to press up to a seat. Nice tall spine. On an inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart, chin toward chest. Take a moment here, y'all. Just stay a little bit longer with this connection to your breath, to your body, to that intention we set. Can we remind ourselves that yoga is more than just the shapes? Asana, the physical practice, the poses are just one small part of yoga. So how can we invite these other practices or principles into this physical practice? Maybe it's that little reminder of non-violence, non-attachment, just allowing yourself to be where you're at from day to day, making space for that to change, and showing up for ourselves with radical love and compassion no matter what. Let's take a cleansing breath together. Take a deep inhale. Big open mouth, release. Now, as always, the light in me honors, acknowledges, and loves that same light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here tonight, yogis, or later if you're watching this later. Again, my name is Anna MC. You can find me on Instagram at the.anna.mc. Please donate if you can. You can find that link at blackswanyoga.com/live. There's a little button you click. If you have any questions about what we worked on tonight or what we've been working on, please feel free to just reach out to me. You can message me on Instagram. And I'm going to be flowing with you again tomorrow at 12 p.m. It will be a little more active than tonight. So tune back in. Have a beautiful evening. Drink lots of water and be well, friends.